Hey everyone, Brad Palladini with Palladini Law. Today I wanted to talk about a recent audit that we successfully completed involving some gambling winnings. So this woman, she really liked to gamble. For one of the tax years, she had over $10 million in gambling winnings. Now, when she filed her tax return, she reported the $10 million in gambling winnings, and she also reported a loss of $10 million, resulting in no taxable income. This return was selected for audit, probably because of the amount at stake. $10 million will certainly get the IRS's attention. Now, we've handled gambling audits throughout the country. We've dealt with auditors in different states, and overall, I think auditors don't have a great understanding of how gambling works and how the reporting requirements differ. So if you gamble at a casino with a player's card, or you gamble online, or you gamble elsewhere, you may receive a W-2G at the end of the tax year. The W-2G reports reportable winnings for the year. Now, different casino games, different types of gambling have different thresholds. So if you're doing slots, the threshold might be $1,200 or something like that. If you're doing Keno, it might be $1,500. If you're doing a poker tournament, it might be $5,000. It differs depending on the game you are playing. But if your winnings exceed that amount or meet that amount, then the establishment, the casino, or whoever you're using online is required to report that winning to the IRS. You get a copy of the W-2G as well. If you're audited, the IRS will already know what the reportable winnings were for the year. Now, here is where it gets confusing. If you use a player's card at a casino or you're doing your gambling online, you may also have access to a win-loss statement. That's going to show your total winnings for the year, your wagers, and your net win or your net loss. But the numbers might differ from what's on the W-2G because the W-2G only needs to report winnings in excess of a certain amount, again, depending on the game that you are playing. And that was the issue in this particular audit. We had one number from the W-2G, we had another number from the win-loss, and we actually had a third number from this woman's diary, gambling diary that she kept. And it was a bit difficult for the auditor to understand why there are all these discrepancies and why things don't tie out neatly in a bow. We had to explain to this auditor that the different methodologies for recording winnings will result in small discrepancies. Now, over $10 million, right? The discrepancies can be larger than if you're only gambling a few $1,000s a year. But that was the most difficult part of this audit. Fortunately, the taxpayer had really good records. Most people who gamble don't bother to keep a gambling diary or a gambling log, and this woman fortunately did have that. So ultimately, we were able to get a no change audit, meaning that the IRS accepted her return as filed. So they accepted the $10 million in gambling winnings and the $10 million of gambling losses, resulting in no additional income owed. So what's the takeaway here? The takeaway should be that you need to keep a good, accurate gambling diary. Again, most gamblers don't do that, but it's really important. Either keep a notepad with you when you go to the casino or have some sort of app or log on your phone where you can accurately record all of the information that's required. So if you're ever audited, you can end up with a no change audit as well.